What would motivate you to make a movie? Money? Fame? Glory? How about your life? Because that's exactly what Shin Sang-ok and Choi Yun-hee were making movies for. Their lives, when they were abducted by North Korean dictator Kim Jong Il, who wanted to create a new film industry centered around them. The husband and wife team were once cinema legends in South Korea, he as a prolific director and she as a leading actress. But by the 1970s, they were divorced and both their careers were in decline. Knowing this, in 1978, the North Korean Secret Service lured Choi to Hong Kong under the pretext of being movie producers. She was abducted, drugged and taken to North Korea. When Shin set out to find her, he too was abducted. While Choi was treated relatively well, Shin was thrown into prison for attempting to escape. Both of them were subjected to constant indoctrination about the glory of North Korea and the Kim family. It took 5 years for Kim Jong Il to reunite them, and only then did he finally tell them why they were kidnapped to begin with. Kim Jong Il's love for cinema is well known today. He felt that North Korean filmmakers were too sentimental and heavy-handed when it came to propaganda. He wanted Choi and Shin to make a series of technically proficient films combining propaganda with entertainment. They both knew exactly what their options were: accept or die. Even if they got away, they knew the South Korean authorities would still suspect that they left of their own will and brand them traitors. So in pure cinematic fashion, they began planning their great escape. They feigned complete loyalty to Kim while secretly recording their conversations with him to gather proof that they were taken against their will. They even remarried when he suggested it. The movies they made had several firsts for North Korean cinema. The first Western locations, the first time Western actors were used, the first Film Festival Award, the first Love Story, and the first Acting Award all came via their movies. They were allowed to attend these international film festivals, under heavy guard of course. They even gave interviews to journalists praising North Korea. This convinced Kim that they were on his side, and he agreed to fund their magnum opus, Bulgazari. Basically a rip-off of Godzilla, it was the story of a toy lizard that turns into a giant metal-eating monster. Even though it defeats the evil king and frees the peasants, its hunger turns it against the peasants as well. Kim saw it as an allegory of capitalism, a force that may seem attractive at first but eventually consumes everything. However, the film was seen abroad as an allegory for the Kim family themselves, that rose to power as saviors and eventually became a dictatorship. Regardless, Kim was pleased with both the film and its success overseas. So the couple finally made their big move. They convinced him to allow them to travel to Austria to meet movie producers, the same lie they were told when they were kidnapped. The day they arrived in Austria, they snuck past the bodyguards and rushed to the US Embassy with Kim's men in hot pursuit. They made it just in time. As they predicted, no one believed them at first, until their tapes proved their side of the story. Even though their careers never recovered, they lived in America for a while and later moved back to South Korea, traumatized but alive. North Korea continues to maintain that they both came voluntarily and then embezzled the dear leader of movie funds. The industry that Kim Jong Il had always wanted never materialized, and North Korean cinema just went back to being how it was, and it still remains at exactly the same state today.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? I'm so lonely, so lonely, so lonely inside real.